Welcome to Epic Updates.
Jonas and Ashley, yet again. Hello.
Here we are.
Here we are. Let's kick her off.
Today we are going to be talking about new builds versus resale. And this kind of came about because Jonas has a listing right now. It's a resale, but it's in a area where there is a ton of new builds. And the feedback that we've gotten really from all of the agents that have listings in that area is that it has been really, really slow as far as traffic, and a lot of agents are really attributing that to new builds. So tell us a little bit about why that is something that should be considered.
Yeah, so the market right now is interesting in the sense, because we always get people like, hey, what's going on with the market? Hey, when should I list? Hey, when should I buy? So the market is actually rebounding, different levels, different areas. It's not uniform across the board right now. We're seeing areas where we're starting to see gains again, in some cases quite a bit of gains. We're seeing areas where it's still slow and kind of stagnant. Technically have two listings right now where we're kind of feeling that pinch a little bit. And what is happening is the areas that are kind of, would say more of the outlying areas where there's a lot of new build activity, a lot of home builders competing with each other and a lot of home builders competing with the resales, is it's kind of putting a pinch on the resale side. So if you're a buyer, it's great because obviously you can negotiate harder on the seller side, and then on the new builds, they're rolling out the red carpet, which is what kind of where it's impacting us on those listings. So builders are throwing everything in the sun to get these properties sold right now because they've got inventory. Most of these are publicly traded companies, and they got to get these properties moved. So is what they're doing to combat the high interest rates is they're offering 2-1 buy downs, 3-1 buy downs, permanent buy downs. 2-1 buy down means it's a 2-year runway, 3-1 3-year runway. Obviously permanent's permanent. They're doing that in conjunction with offering closing cost incentives. Some cases they're doing free appliance packages. I'm seeing backyard landscape packages. So it's where that really hurts the resale side, is a lot of these sellers either aren't able or willing to offer those same incentives.
Right.
So you're, obviously there's pros and cons of buying a resale versus new build, but if I walk into a new build and then I'm looking at a resale, same neighborhood or nearby, and I'm getting, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in incentives, it's really hard for a seller.
And picking all your finishes.
And picking your finishes.
Like,
and having
a brand new house, home warranty, and it's hard.
All that stuff. So cities like parts of Queen Creek, Santan, Buckeye, Maricopa, parts of Peoria, Surprise, more or less outlying areas, we're seeing that pinch. So it's temporary. It won't be this way forever, but it does make the resales a lot more hyper competitive with each other and with these. So we'll see things start to move as that inventory burns off, and obviously as interest rates drop, where they'll probably pull some of those incentives. Once their sales progress picks up,
it'll level out again. It always really does.
It always does, but in the interim, we're comping these properties in line with where the properties are selling, and we're putting them up, and we're just not to say they're not getting shown, they're just not getting the activity and or the offers, whereas other listings, other parts of the valley, no problem. In some cases we're getting multiple offers, sometimes there's one-off offers, but they're moving quicker. So
if those houses were in more mainstream areas or inland areas, if you will, like the Chandlers and the Gilberts and the Scottsdales, that is still very, very competitive, and homes aren't really sitting for very long in those areas that aren't considered more outskirts.
It's true. So just depending on what side of the fence you're on, if you're on the buyer side, amazing incentives on the new builds. It's pretty hard to not at least entertain those options. If you're on the seller side in these areas, just be aware that that is something that you're going to have to contend with. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to adjust strategy, whether it be pricing, whether it be offering certain incentives. But you gotta go fight. So
if you have a resale property that you're thinking about selling, whether it be your primary or an investment, and you want Jonas or I to come over and kind of give you an idea of what you can do before we list your property, just to kind of hedge your bets and eliminate all those days on market, we're more than happy to come by and give you our professional opinion on what really needs to be done in order to move it. So. Yeah, absolutely. Think of this as David and Goliath. There is a way for us to prevail. So you just have to have the right strategy, you have to have the right partners. So anyways, thanks again for everyone's time. Any questions, please feel free to reach out, as always. Yeah, we'll see you on the next Epic Updates.
Love it. Thank you.